I got a lot of people in my life who sort of help me advance the messaging that is so crucial for America. One of those people is the president and CEO of Job Creators Network. Job Creators Network happens to be an organization that is near and dear to my heart. I go way back with these guys. And I stood with Alfredo Ortiz in Orlando way before I ever dreamed of moving to Florida full time. I am very, very proud to tell you about the Job Creators Network and how the activists, how the warriors, how the patriots of Job Creators Network are working so hard on behalf of the citizens of the United States. Proud to welcome back Alfredo Ortiz as the battle, Alfredo, in many ways is just beginning, isn't it, my friend?
It is. It is, my friend. Thank you so much. Great, and I really appreciate the kind words, Mike. And yes, I remember that day in Orlando. We stood there. We just started envisioning this idea of a bus tour and really trying to do stuff for our small business owners across the country. And I have to tell you, I can't think of a more important race at this point, given where we are with this election. These last two seats are going to determine truly if this country remains the beautiful, wonderful country that you and I both love, that my mom, when she became an American citizen in her 50s, that she embraced that American flag and just, loved this country. And frankly, my story. I'm a son of immigrants. My mom was a housekeeper. My dad was a tailor. On trash day, she and I used to go around collecting trash. And here I am sitting, talking to you and really, being able to be in a position where we can really make a difference, Mike. And only in this wonderful, beautiful country can we do that. But I have to tell you right now, we are going to fight this fight. I'm not taking anything for granted. This organization is not going to take anything for granted. I know the DC, political types say, don't worry, Alfredo, we always win these races. You have nothing to worry about. I have everything to worry about, because if we don't win at least one of these two seats, this country is going to go to crap. I'm sorry to use that word, but it will, because when you look at the policies that the Democrats will put forth, right, without that firewall, without Mitch McConnell actually controlling that Senate agenda, imagine, Schumer in control of that. This will be a disaster. Right. Green New Deal, minimum wage, court packing, you name it.
Well, everything exemplified by Bernie Sanders is going to come to fruition. And make no mistake, Bernie Sanders is confidently predicting that this wave of socialism is going to sweep over the country. I want to share with you what, and let's play this clip here. This is Bernie Sanders over the weekend, who again vowed, I think he calls himself a Democrat socialist. We all know what he represents. He was on CNN over the weekend insisting that the far left agenda is supported by an American majority. And then we're going to go back, if you don't mind, Alfredo Ortiz, to talking about why Georgia is so crucial to stopping this agenda from being realized. Here's Senator Bernie Sanders on CNN.
I fully expect that the Biden administration will be advocating those proposals that they agreed to. And what I want to say is I sometimes find it amusing when our opponents talk about the far left agenda. The truth is that when you talk about raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, when you're talking about expanding health care to all people as a human right, when you talk about effectively taking on climate change, when you talk about making public colleges and universities tuition-free, these are not far left ideas. These are common sense ideas that the majority of the American people support, and we're going to fight to make sure that they're implemented.
And I don't doubt that they're going to fight. Now, Alfredo, let's go back to Georgia. And for people who don't understand these two runoffs, explain why it's so crucial that the Republicans, Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue, win on January 5th.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. It is crucial and critical because they are truly the only thing that separates at this point the Democrats from taking control, and that agenda, literally the socialist left agenda that Bernie Sanders is talking about. only in his mind does he think that that's just a kind of a center of a very popular. It is nothing like that at all. And when you think about what they're going to do, it's really kind of scary right now. And so you have the Senate; these 2 Senate seats are the only firewall that's going to keep that agenda as much as possible from actually being implemented. Because
it's real, and I want to do the math, Alfredo.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. I want to do the math. Right now, Republicans have a 50-48 lead in the Senate. Right. So if these 2 runoffs, if the Democrats win both of those, then it's a 50-50 tie with ostensibly Kamala Harris breaking the tie. So the Democrats would have the majority in the Senate. Right. And that means that, and again, I'm not conceding anything with President Trump. I don't know about you, Alfredo, and I don't want to put you on the spot here. The president tweeted this morning, "I concede nothing." The president is fighting. I believe he gets his day in court. He's making legal challenges. There is no. If we learn anything, we ought to stop making predictions. And we ought to stop listening to the smart kids who tell us how we're supposed to think, how we're supposed to feel.
Right.
I saw the rallies. You saw the rallies. Now we're being told Biden had 8 million more votes than Obama in 2008. They told us there was no fraud whatsoever. Then they said, well, there wasn't widespread fraud. Now they're saying, well, there's not enough fraud to overturn the election. Okay, sure, right, I get it. But I know what we can do. We can absolutely fight for Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue. Because if the Democrats take the Senate, we could be, as a country, Alfredo, in really, really big trouble.
Yeah, that's right, Mike. And that's why we actually established a completely separate fund, Keep America Action Fund. And by the way, I ask your listeners to please go to keepamericaamerica.com. We need the support. We're going to do old-fashioned barnstorming, like I said, Mike, and you know how we do this, right? We're going to go out there. We've got 2 buses coming in. I got billboards. I got statewide radio. I've got small business advocates, doctor advocates, right, that are going to be barnstorming with me across the state. It is so critical that we do this. And on December 14th, we're asking every single Georgia conservative to start doing their early voting, because we've got Christmas and New Year's, unfortunately, right in the middle. The election is on January 5th. People may be on vacation. We're asking, you know what? Try to avoid the mail-in ballot. We don't need more of these issues, right? Do the early in-person voting. It starts December 14th. But Mike, I also, this organization and the fund needs the support to be able to do this. We ask people to go to keepamericaamerica.com. Mike, like I said, you've known us for years. You know what we do. We do this very, very well. We did this for the Tax Cut and Jobs Act. We went all over the country with our small business advocates. We're going to do that right here in the state of Georgia. And like I said, this organization, this fund, keepamericaamerica.com. We are not going to take a single thing for granted, because too much is on the line. And like I said, that entire socialist agenda, court packing, the filibuster, statehood, you name it, Mike. It is scary to think what would happen if we lose control of that Senate.
Alfredo Ortiz, I'm grateful for your work. I look forward to working with you all throughout this cycle. Keep fighting the good fight, my friend. And
thank you.
I hope everybody will support you. KeepAmericaAmerica.com. Thanks, Alfredo.
Thank you, Mike.